The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke.
Glory to you, O Lord.
On a Sabbath, Jesus went to dine at the home of one of the leading Pharisees, and the people there were observing him carefully. He told a parable to those who had been invited, noticing how they were choosing the places of honor at the table. When you are invited by someone to a wedding banquet, do not recline at table in the place of honor. A more distinguished guest than you may have been invited by him, and the host who invited both of you may approach you and say, "Give your place to this man," and then you would proceed with embarrassment to take the lowest place. Rather, when you are invited, go and take the lowest place, so that when the host comes to you, he may say, "My friend, move up to a higher position." Then you will enjoy the esteem of your companions at the table. For everyone who exalts himself will be humbled, but the one who humbles himself will be exalted. Then he said to the host who invited him, "When you hold a lunch or dinner, do not invite your friends or your brothers or your relatives or your wealthy neighbors, in case they may invite you back and you have repayment. Rather, when you hold a banquet, invite the poor, the crippled, the lame, the blind. Blessed indeed will you be because of their inability to repay you, for you will be repaid at the resurrection of the righteous." The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
Whenever I contemplate the humility that Christ calls us to, I'm always reminded of Saint Therese of Lisieux. For Therese had a way of cutting to the heart of most important things with just utter simplicity. And it was because of that she was made a doctor of the church, someone designated and discerned to have special wisdom for us on our journey and pilgrimage in the faith. She didn't feel like she was called to be a great saint or a famous person, but just to be herself, to be Therese, the Therese God created her to be, and not some creature of her own design, and to play her small part in a little unknown monastery in the middle of France somewhere. All of us are called into life to play a small part, and this small part does not call us necessarily to great things beyond our abilities, but small things done with great love was the philosophy of Saint Therese. And when I say a small part, I only mean that in a secular world, they think we play a small part. In a world without the sacred and a sense of God, we do play small parts. But in the kingdom, in the realm of the Spirit, our small parts are noticed and loved and adored. The heavenly chorus fires up when we do well with our humility. Now, we're all works in progress. We are incomplete. And we find ourselves together on this road to Zion, our heavenly Jerusalem, and we get glimpses of the destination, but never the full picture while we're on the road. To be humble is to acknowledge that we are incomplete and imperfect, and accept the challenge to grow into fully mature Christians that God is calling us to be. It's a growth process of maturing that is both natural and supernatural. It seems to happen like a mustard seed of its own accord. We grow as we walk through life, but it is also supernatural. We can't get there alone. We strive for perfection, but it is God who makes us perfect. So we lean into the sacraments, we lean into prayer, contemplation, knowing that we can never get where we need to be without God's help, without the grace that comes to us from his very presence in the Eucharist, which we are about to receive. Because it is God that we are growing into. The ancients called it deification. Augustine would say simply be what you eat, which is the Eucharist. And every time you eat it, you grow in your Christian perfection, whether you perceive it or not. Better that you perceive it. That it be intentional. That we're not just, like puppies and kittens that just grow up of their own accord. We can self-direct ourselves as human beings. That's the gift that God gave us, that we can move on this road. Today we play our small part, and at the end of the day we give thanks that we were here to play it. It's a path that is easy and a burden that is light. Sometimes, and often hard and lonely. But we do not let that discourage us one bit, because we support each other as people of God. We pray for each other, for the well-being of each other, and then we do concrete actions to help each other. We know that we never walk the path alone, and that God is always with us. Thank God.